You walk into the kitchen. You know exactly why. By the time you're standing in the middle of it, you don't. Not fuzzy, not on the tip of your tongue, gone. Like it was never there. Nothing distracted you. No phone buzzed. No one said your name. You walked in a straight line for maybe 4 seconds. So where did it go? Your first guess is probably, I'm just getting older. Or, I've got too much on my mind lately. Neither one survives contact with the evidence. This happens to 20-year-olds with an empty schedule and nothing on their mind. It happens mid-sentence, mid-thought, with zero distractions. It happens in your own house on a path you've walked 10,000 times. So it's not your age. It's not how busy you are. Then what is it? Here's the detail that breaks the "I'm just forgetful" theory completely. This doesn't happen randomly. It happens at one exact moment, every time, the same moment, whether it's your kitchen, your office, or a stranger's house. It happens the second you cross a doorway. Not before, not after. Right there, in the threshold. Like something switches off the instant your foot lands on the other side. So what actually happens in that 4-second walk? Your brain doesn't record your day the way a camera does. One continuous, unbroken feed. It slices your day into separate scenes closer to chapters in a book than footage on a reel. And it decides where one chapter ends and the next begins based on the room you're standing in. Different room, different lighting, different sounds. A doorway is the cleanest chapter break your brain will ever get, which means the moment you cross one, your brain does something you would never guess on your own. It closes the chapter you were just in, immediately, without asking you first. Picture a librarian reshelving a book the second you stand up to leave the reading room, whether you finish the page or not. That thought you were holding, grab the charger, check the oven, why did I come in here? Belonged to the room behind you. Your brain doesn't carry it through the door. It shelves it there in that exact chapter and closes the cover. That's why walking back into the original room can bring the thought flooding back. You didn't remember it. You walked back into the chapter it was filed under. If that's true, it's not a small claim. It means your brain is quietly erasing part of your train of thought on purpose, dozens of times a day. So how would anyone actually prove that instead of just theorizing it? By building a doorway with nothing on the other side of it but a clipboard. Researchers set up a simple task. Pick up an object, a small block, a set of keys, and carry it to another table. Then, without warning, name what you're holding. Here's the part that makes it a real experiment and not just a story. The walking distance never changed. Same number of steps every single trial. The only variable was whether those steps happened to cross through a doorway on the way. Same walk, same distance, same person. And yet, every time a doorway was involved, recall got measurably worse. The room on the other side didn't matter. Not the size of it, not what was in it. Only the doorway did. Researchers now have a name for this. The doorway effect. Not a hunch. A repeatable result. Here's the part that should actually unsettle you. This isn't a glitch your brain falls into on a bad day. It's running constantly, on every threshold you cross, every day of your life. You just don't notice the vast majority of the resets, because most of the time, there was nothing important left in that chapter when it closed. It happens on the stairs. It happens walking out to your car. Same reset, different door, and you never even register it. You only catch it on the rare occasion something you actually needed happened to be sitting in that chapter the moment the cover shut. Which means this has already happened to you today, more than once. You just don't remember what you don't remember. So the next time you're standing in a room with no idea why you walked in, don't call it your memory failing. Call it your memory working exactly as designed, somewhere between the room you left and the room you're standing in now. A piece of you, a small, specific, complete thought, got filed away and the cover got closed before you were finished with it. You didn't lose the thought, you just aren't the same version of yourself who knew it.